Now, what is happening, everybody? Welcome back to another video. So you remember me saying a couple of months ago, he's not big enough. Well, business things have kind of changed and personal things have kind of changed when it comes here at the granddaughter house. And I wanted to change Barry for the better. However, I love Barry dearly and I didn't want to let him go because, to be honest, this is the first van that Granddaughter House technically has ever had. It started my business and I don't want to let him go too easily. So we've made some serious upgrades to Barry's rear compartment, and there's no point in me getting into this. Let me just show you what we did first and I'll talk you through my reason why, and then we're also going to clean Jimmy the Jimny here with what is in the back of Barry. So let's go. So without further ado, I suppose I better walk you through what I've done with them, the upgrades that we've made and why I did this. So let's have a quick nosy around. So in the back of Barry you will see all of our Reflect Auto Care products that we do, and also some non-Reflect Auto Care products that we stock and we sell. So the reason why I wanted to build this kind of an outfit was because before there was just, hang on one second. So the reason I wanted to build this was because before I had the back of it all shelved out, it was kind of a mess. I couldn't really bring products there in like a little tray that you'd put your shopping in, and it just didn't look professional, and it drove me absolutely insane. And then anytime I opened the door, I didn't know what I had because I couldn't keep on top of it because it was just a mess all the time. Now I can clearly see everything displayed on the shelf, and also we have our card reader on board as well because I know a lot of people pay by card nowadays. And then on the top stuff is all the stuff that I will use when I'm out doing washing or valeting or any kind of detailing stuff. And then also these are the bottles I use. So everything I sell, I actually use myself on cars, trucks, buses, bikes, everything. So you can see I kind of kept the interior chemicals over here and the exterior chemicals here. So you can see what I have Redox, Tire Reflect, tar and glue remover, and then also I stock all this stuff here as well. Anything that I use, it's all in the van with me, which is brilliant. And also when it came to the curtains end of it as well, you know, the interior stuff that we do, I still have room for all of that here as well, which is one thing I really wanted. So you can see this is what everything was in previous to getting the van fitted out. So we have various different colour sets of curtains there as well. We can also keep our floor mats and seat bases and everything up here, but in here is where everything is kind of kept. So this is a 250 litre water tank, and this is my extendable lance. Then on the interior, now this is where it gets really exciting for me. So we've got a 20 metre hose reel with a stubby gun. It's a Kranzel washer. It's a K7 washer. So you can see that here, sorry. It's a K7 washer and it doesn't have total stop compared to the machine I have in the shed is a K10 with a total stop. And basically the reason why I don't have the same machine is because this machine actually draws the water itself, whereas my other machine has to be pressurized before it'll work. So this one pressurizes itself. This is basically like a pump. Then also we have the compressor in the back. Now the compressor for what we do, especially when we are valeting trucks and stuff, a lot of the time you need a compressor for all the dust and debris and just in blowing out everything in general. So I find the compressor like an how would you say, compressor is in my top 5 arsenal anyway of things that I would absolutely ideally want if I was going washing. Now what you're probably wondering, why do we have all this stuff in the back of the van and what was the reason behind making me do this? Because I found that a lot of the time I'm being asked to valet cars, valet trucks, you know, and where I'm based here in County Meath, it's kind of not ideal for all my customers. And most of the time when customers are getting curtains fitted or they want a valet, they want, like, you know, I basically make the TikToks of it and everyone kind of wants to have a TikTok made or have really good pictures of their truck after they've gotten curtains or gotten a valet because they want to show off how good it looks. So in my mind I was like, well, I should maybe put a washer here because that's kind of what I'm kind of known for, I suppose, on the internet, is keeping stuff clean. And well, I hope that's what I'm known for and not being a you know. But I wanted to have a vehicle that could do absolutely everything. Now, one thing that it's probably going to struggle with, as you can imagine, is going to the post office to do the online orders. But look, it was a thing where in my mind that I wanted to have it like this because going to the post office technically doesn't really make me any revenue, which is a bit of a pain in the arse for me, because obviously if anyone buys something on the website, that is a source of revenue for me. But going to the physically actually going to the post office doesn't make any sense. Like, obviously I will have to still go, but it doesn't actually make me any money. But what does make me money is the valeting, the cleaning products, and the curtains, and then, you know, and then the social media end of it too. So I wanted to have it perfect for everything. Now, you know, it'll absolutely struggle with the post office stuff, but look, we will cross that hurdle when we get there. And for me, this van, because I already had Barry and I didn't really want to sell it and lose money on it, because that's what vans do, especially this van, because I put so much money into it. If I sold it, I probably wouldn't get it all back, and I didn't really want to do that. And I also like him, you know, I like the van. He's a cheeky little chap, and he has helped kickstart my business to no end, so I kind of didn't want to let that part of him go. I really, really wanted to keep him. And obviously I wanted a bigger van, and I had potentially 2 or 3 vans on order at one time. I had spec'd a Sprinter, a MAN TGE, I spec'd a Crafter, I spec'd a load of them. But what ended up happening was I was looking at purchasing another property. So I was like, you know, do I really need all this financial stress? You know, I was under a lot of pressure. So I was like, you know what, I'll park the bigger van thing till maybe next year. We're gonna kit out Barry, see how he goes. If, you know, because obviously there's gonna have to be tweaks, because I've only ever used this van once, because I've only picked it up from where it was getting done. So I've only used it once, so I don't actually know the teething problems just yet. So we'll figure that out. And keep it going for a year. And if Barry is turning good revenue and I'm enjoying using it and the work is good, I will then upgrade to a bigger van. Do you know what I mean? But for now, this is kind of perfect for everything. It will do me for at least another year, which I'm excited to use it for the year, to be honest with you. I can't wait to just get jobs and booked in, and then I can go out and show people up, because it's very impressive. So yeah, I'm going to talk you through what I have in all the drawers and stuff. Now, this is subject to change for me, okay? Because, you know, everything can move around, and I just want to make sure that everything works, right? So in the first drawer, we've got a tool kit. So this is where I keep all my tools for fitting curtains and stuff, because God knows what you might need, screwdrivers and bits and pieces. Then in here are all the hooks for various different trucks. So this is Scania Next Gens, this is Volvos, in here are DAFs, and in here are Scania R Series. Now there's various different brands, like, so the Volvo hooks do Renault and they do MAN, and the DAF hooks also do Iveco. So a couple of different reasons why they're in there. In here we have a pelmet, and then we have a couple of the triggers, obviously for the bottles that are up here. Inside we've got a couple of air fresheners just stashed down there, because I'm trying to find out a better place to put them for the moment. Up here, this is all the stuff we stock. Express Interior Cleaner, Redox, that's Bio Blue, so that's for upholstery cleaning. This is Alloy Wheel Cleaner, which I use. I know it says Alloy Wheel Cleaner on it, and you can use it for Alloy Wheel Cleaner, but I actually use it to clean tyres. You've got your Pink Quick Clean, obviously, as well, and then that's just tyre shines, kind of just half empty. I should have refilled that, to be honest with you, before the video. Professional! And then the bottles, what do we have? We've got Super Cold Wax, GPXT, Redox, Citrus Pre-Wash, which is like the snow foam I use for trucks, Tire Reflect, which is your tyre shine, Clear Vision, tar and glue remover, 4 bottles of the Quick Clean, because that's one of the most popular products that we sell. Also Quick Detailer as well, another popular product, and Express Interior, the most popular product we sell. And then we've got some blast cans, and then some scrubby pads just down there. And then obviously we've got one snow foam cannon for Citrus Pre-Wash and another snow foam cannon for the Super Cold Wax. That's Alloy Wheel Cleaner, and that I use that on the big bottle because I spray it on tyres. And then obviously our card machine. Down below, we've just got an industrial wet vac. You know, this isn't the best wet vac, to be honest with you. I probably would have rather change it to a different wet vac, but it came within budget, it came within the build of the van. So I was like, do you know what? I'll see how it goes. As I said to you guys, this is a year of finding out if it works for me or not. So that's just a cheap wet vac for the minute. I'm not really too bothered with it because I have the compressor and stuff, you know, that kind of way. Then in here, this is kind of like the valeting side of things. So I've got a few spare scrubby pads, and I've also got a mitt. So I also have a steamer. It's currently in the back in there, so you won't see it, so I'm not going to bother showing to you. And I actually haven't used the steamer yet, so I want to get up to terms of using it before I show you guys what's involved. Then also in here, we've got some gloves. We've got our tornado tool for the compressor. This is another scrubby pad that I use for the tyres. A couple of detailing brushes. And then what have we got in here? Then this is just microfiber, so that's microfiber cloth and that's glass cloths. And then, what else do we have? It's just a drying towel. I just keep a drying towel with me just in case. And this is ceramic detailer. Now, I probably could have potentially put more bottle holders on the doors, but just for the minute, I'm just going to keep it like this. As I said to you guys, this is a teething exercise. I want to see if it works first before I do anything else. So yeah, as I was saying, you've got your curtains in here. I can also stick my leather bits and pieces up there behind. The steamer is just in the very back there. You can't see it there because it's just the way I have it set up. 10 metre compressor hose and 20 metre hose reel. And then we've got our Vican extendable brush for the trucks, and then everything else is in a bucket, which is it's in the shed, but it does go here or up on top of the tank, and that has all my sponges, me exterior brushes, and then the head for that brush because it doesn't fit in the way it is there, if you know what I mean. And I want to keep it tidy looking because that looks really nice. And obviously Barry could probably do with the use of the back of them, but we'll worry about that tomorrow because we're only after getting back from England where I've got this van fitted out. Now, just currently at this moment in time, I don't particularly want to tell you the guy who fitted out the interior of Barry. Just, if all goes to plan, which I think it should do, I'll tell you about it in future, but I just want to not say anything about it at the moment. So if you're wondering who made it, I don't really want to tell anybody just yet because I just want to see if something gets resolved. Anyway, what was I going to say to you guys as well? Oh yeah, a lot of you are probably going to be wondering, you don't see a generator, so how is it all going to be powered? Well, that's with this little guy down here and a random sock. That's definitely something to do with the dog. So I have an extension lead that's going to be in the back of the van at all times. And you might say, well, you're not really fully mobile without it. That is true. However, if I put a generator in there would absolutely be no room and it wouldn't have worked for me. So the whole time that I was going to do this, I didn't really want a generator. You know, it was not my plan. And the first question I will ask people when I go to do these jobs is, do you have power? I don't really need water, which is a great thing, which is a big up, but most places will have a socket somewhere, and it's a 25 metre reel, so I'm never going to be in too much bother. So even if that's extended out fully, I still have a 20 metre hose rail inside, so it's all good. Do you know what I mean? And I don't really want to do the really, really remote ones, to be dead honest, because as you guys, I've already explained here, my whole business, it isn't based around doing the valeting. It's doing the curtains. I also do a bit of driving. I also do the social media. So it's kind of just another egg to the basket. And if I can add to it and make it all work, happy out. Do you know that kind of way? So what we're going to be doing is giving little Jimmy a wash. And just a quick clean on the inside. I might try out the steamer on the inside of them just because I'm trying to kill a bit of time here this evening, and also filming this video for you lovely people as well. So I'm going to get stuck into doing this, and I'm going to talk you through everything else that I've been thinking over the past little while. So let's get stuck in. So now I suppose time for the exciting part. So we draw our power inside Barry, and we have, I'm not going to bother plugging in the compressor first. I'm just going to plug in the washer because with most cars, and especially this Jimmy, because I do them often, because I do them very often, I don't really need a compressor. It just needs a quick whack of a hoover. Now, usually I used this yesterday on a couple of trucks in the yard, and I put the extension lead actually inside here, and I found it worked much better, so it was absolutely perfect. The brushes, am I going to use a brush on this? No, I'm not. I'll worry about that in a bit. So first thing we do is we take the lid off the top of the tank, because otherwise the tank will suck itself in. That's plugged in. So then we turn on our water, open the water valve, and then we climb in the back, and that's when you hear the pump is trying to surge itself. So, and then we'll bleed, and that's it. It's working just as quick as that. So cool. And now just gonna leave that up there for the time being. So the water is working perfect. Then we just reel it out. So now the best thing about this is that it's so user friendly, you know what I mean? It's so much easier to use. And when you're out on site, it means like everything is just so easy to do. Like, you know, I can do this in my sleep. I love doing it here, but I can't expect to bring all my customers up here. So that was kind of one of the main reasons why I did this. So I'll stick a pair of gloves on first, which is conveniently located in my rear drawers, which I I'm very, very happy about. It's just so nice that it's so easy to use, you know what I mean? And everything's there, and I just wanted it to look super professional, because I am the worst, especially when it's with my own business and even with my father's business when I used to work for him. I found that being professional is like, you know, and acting professional and having the right gear to do the job. It just actually means overall that you make more money, you're happier at it, and it's just easier to do. So what I'm putting on here is the alloy wheel cleaner. I just put that on the tyres. I put them on the tyres on trucks and I put them on the tyres on cars. It's an excellent cleaner. Now you can use actually, which is very good as well, GPXT, which is something that we also sell, which is general purpose extra tough, which is like an APC, but it's a bit stronger, and you can dilute it down, and you can also dilute down alloy wheel cleaner because it's a concentrate as well. But what I do with it is put on the tyres and then throw the snow foam on, and then I have a separate brush then for scrubbing tyres and stuff. So I'm just sometimes I go in the arches as well to clean off the muck, because we're just after driving back from Carrick Cross and the road was absolutely destroyed. Now what I use for the alloy wheels, even though there actually isn't even alloy wheels on this Jimny, it's just like steelies but they're painted black, I use Redox, which is an iron remover, which is also a safe Alcoa alloy wheel cleaner, which is the only reason why I sell stuff, because I only sell stuff on the website that is safe to use on like most things, and that's kind of the reason why I love making these videos, because I can teach you guys how to use it, so you know there's always a reference to go back to, you know what I mean, which is nice. Oh man, I'm absolutely loving this setup. I was in the yard, in one of the yards that my dad has, and I cleaned a DAF XF and we have another Volvo Globetrotter as well, a version 5, and I gave the two of them a wash yesterday and they're absolutely brown. And I was actually very, very surprised. I thought the tank, when I first got it, I thought, you know what, this might actually be too small, you know, the tank, but it wasn't. It worked perfectly. I actually got, from the two lorries, I used the full tank on the two trucks, but when I say they were brown, lads. So, using citrus pre-wash here on the Jimny. And as you can see, the K7, a lot of people told me that the K7 was a little less powerful than the K10, but I find it very much similar. And it's doing a much heavier duty job than the actual K10. So no, I'm absolutely happy with it. As you guys know, I bought a Cranswill for the first time, I'd say it was a year ago, was it? It might have been actually 2 years ago now, this year. And I've been using them for 2 years and I've had absolutely zero issues with them all whatsoever. I got the bigger one inside serviced about 6 months ago, and it's been working perfectly. And the service was only like, I don't know, like 30 quid or something. Sorry lads, I just had to open the shed door to grab something. So I just had to go get me a few bits and pieces. So all of me scrubbing gear and stuff is all in here. Like, so I've got the brush head, I've got a cover for the brush as well, so I can use a microfiber on it. I've also got my sponge and another shorter stubby as well. And I just use a heavier brush to scrape the tires. I don't touch the actual alloy wheel face itself until I pre-rinsed it, so that's what this first going over citrus pre-wash is. It's a pre-wash, like that's what it's for. I also use it then again, I apply it again and use it for the main wash, just because it's easier and you don't have to go refilling snow foam cannons every 5 minutes. Especially when it's this Jimny, because he's so small. So this is my wife's car actually. This Jimny. It's a lovely little thing, but a horrific yoke to drive. Absolutely horrific to drive it is. I hate it. I don't hate it. I like it to look at, you know what I mean? But actually physically driving it is appalling. So you can see the flow rate on it there. Like, it's definitely not as high as the K10 for sure, but like, it does exactly what it says in the tin. And I know a lot of people probably be like, oh, that washer's not going to be good enough for lorries. I have used that K10 in there for 2 years on lorries, and I find it absolutely perfect. I find that the bigger petrol or diesel washers are nearly too aggressive to do it, because we had a Yanmar one in the yard for the trucks, and it was really, really aggressive. And to be honest with you, I didn't like using it because it was so aggressive. Yeah, I didn't like using it because it was so aggressive. Like, obviously, I'm not going to be doing fleets of trailers and stuff with this van. I kind of have to know in my head that that's probably not going to be the case. But I'm definitely going to be using it for cabs, lorries. I can do a Ridge, obviously. I can do a trailer as well, obviously, if there's access to water as well, because my tank is only 250 litres. But you know the drill. I can kind of adapt to any situation once it comes upon me, and once I get asked by the customer, which is no problem. But for the time being, this washer is absolutely perfect. I did 2 trucks with it yesterday and enjoyed it. I find, especially because a lot of trucks have painted mudguards and stuff, if you have too aggressive a power washer, it will just start lifting paint like it's nobody's business. Man, citrus pre-wash is such good stuff. I really, really like it. I've been using it for, I don't know, maybe a year, 2 years. Because I was using Kinetech for a while, but I like this because it's not a TFR. Like, by the way, I'm not saying anything bad about Kinetech. It's fine, but I just rather use this. You know what I mean? You know, once you get used to a product and you just like using it, that's kind of where I am with citrus pre-wash. And it's just so good as well. And I've had a lot of good feedback from customers as well that have bought it and tried it out, which is great, you know what I mean? Spread knowledge, like, and if there's something out there that's better than citrus pre-wash, I'm open to trying it, you know, that kind of way. I'm not really dedicated to any particular cause. Like, obviously I sell the Reflect stuff, but yeah, I'm open to try everything, because like, valeting and cleaning is my hobby more than anything else, and now obviously my job, but I enjoy it, like, you know what I mean? So I'm open to trying anything, boys and girls. This is my only problem about hoses. I'm actually starting to like the idea of, sorry, what was I saying? This is why I'm actually starting to not like the idea of hoses. Obviously in the back of the van is fine, but in future I'd love a telescopic boom that goes over your head, so you're not constantly dragging hoses around the ground, because it gets pretty annoying after a bit. So it's one thing I'll probably think about changing with potentially a new property, but I don't want to talk about that yet, because that might never happen. So we're hoping it does though. Anyway, so when you wash off a citrus pre-wash, it's not massively important if you don't get all the suds off, because you're going to be using super cold wax next in a snow foam cannon, and that will apply your rinse aid, and then it'll take off the rest of it. So you're going to be rinsing it again anyway, so don't worry about that too much. I also think I'm going to have to get some protectors for along the side of the door, maybe like even just a clear bit of PPF or something like that, just to protect from the holes rubbing off, because I don't want to take paint off. And now we've got super cold wax. This isn't diluted. You probably should. You can dilute it if you want. So I actually find with this, yeah, I am. See, I get greedy, right? Because I don't dilute much stuff, because I've got such an abundance of it, and I'm a supplier of it as well, you know. So I don't dilute much stuff. I'm a bit of a queen for using loads of product. But that's just, I've always mentioned that. I don't hide that. So I don't know if you can see the aquaphobicness of it coming on. But it's just great, man. It's so handy. This is like one of the best combos out there. Actually, do you know what? Maybe I should make this a combo for the website. A litre of citrus pre-wash and a litre of super cold wax just for exterior washing. See if I can do you a better deal on that. If I do have a deal on that, check the link in the description, grantautohouse.com, and order all your chemicals off us online. We only ship to Ireland, so apologies about that at the moment. For chemicals anyway. We ship curtains abroad and stuff like that. Just the chemicals, just not yet, because we're just not set up for it. Now, I don't know if you can see that, but I've used maybe 100 millilitres of super cold wax, spraying that on. So super cold wax just lasts, it goes a long way, like, you know. And I have a separate snow foam cannon for it. Now that's just me being bougie. And simple as that, you just rinse it off. And the water does be absolutely hopping off it. Now if you wanted to be really, really posh, you can get in and move the wheels forward and do the underside of the wheels. But today I just don't have that option because the sun is going down. And I always film these videos late. Because sometimes when I'm filming these videos, I just take a note and sometimes I just go, I'm going to start filming right now. This is absolutely glorious to watch. Now, a lot of people as well, I've been told a lot of people spray super cold wax on, just squirt it on each panel and then dry it in and don't rinse it. But I don't know, for some reason, it's in me to rinse it. Anyway, 1 second. With the outside of the car now dry, well mostly dry, I'm waiting for the tyres to dry off a small bit before I apply tyre shine. Now I'm going to tackle the interior. Now luckily enough this isn't too bad, but if anyone has a woman like mine, women wouldn't be the best at keeping the interiors of their car clean. So it's not really much to look at, it's kind of just dusty and smells women, I suppose. I shouldn't really say that. Yeah, it's actually not too bad on the inside. It's just a bit dusty, a couple of stones, a bit of rubbish and stuff like that, because Sienna is allergic to taking the rubbish out of it, so that's kind of my job. So I'm going to take the rubbish out, give it a quick hoover, blast out of the air compressor, and yeah, then after I'm going to do up the tyres and give it a quick lick of detailer, and job's a good one. So now I'm deeply apologetic about the noise, but there's the compressor going. It's on at the moment. So that's it, locked there now. And obviously I'm going to vacuum it, but I just want to dust it down real quick because it is a dusty car. And I just want to give it a quick blow out. Shut it over there. Obviously got to get rid of the dirt. My God, I need to have a stern word with my wife about the cleanliness of her vehicle. It's all just tissues and fucking coffee cups and water bottles. As the compressor just after kicking in. Yeah, this makes me so happy. And then it just reels back up. You know, I'm starting to get old and really posh when it comes to like tools and stuff. And compressors are just like my guilty pleasure. So I'll turn him off. Throw the snow foam can back in. Oh, excuse me, farted. So now you see this is my little vacuum. To be honest, what was it? An SGS. An SGS hoover. Now, interesting. I've never heard of the brand. As I said earlier on, kind of wasn't really my desired choice of vacuum. But because I have the compressor, I'm not really too worried about it. You know what I mean? I don't really care all that much about it because it's just a vacuum. You know, at the end of the day, it's obviously a vital component too valeting and stuff, but because as I said, as of the compressor, I'm not really too arsed about it, to be honest. Don't really care all that much. Yeah, so you've got a big filter on it, and it'll do the finest. It'll do the finest. It's just like a generic. Pretty good suction. It's actually a pretty good suction on it, not too bad. The good thing is, I suppose, about newer stuff is that they don't really take much, and I regularly maintain this, so this is just getting a quick blast of a Hoover, so nothing fancy going on here today. I just wanted to test the setup at home so I'm more comfortable to use it when I go out. So for the interiors then, usually what I do is I have an interior scrubby pad, interior express and a microfiber, so that's what I'm going to do now. Now, luckily enough, the wife's car, it doesn't really get all that dirty because, you know, it's only just used, Sienna just uses it for commuting about and stuff. So what I use is my interior express, which I have for sale, which is also on the website. It's back on stock, so you will see that'll be back on the website. And spray on all the panels. As I said to you guys before, the reason why I use this stuff is because I hate shiny finishes and sticky finishes. Now obviously I know we sell the pink as well, which is kind of what that is, but I wouldn't be the fondest of using it on panels and stuff like that. Floor mats is okay, it's kind of a bit slippery, it's probably not warranted to be telling people to put on their floor mats, but it leaves the car with a nice smell. But so does this kind of smells kind of a bit sweet, it's nice. And it leaves your panels not sticky and shiny and stuff, which is my, you know, I absolutely hate sticky and shiny stuff. I love it to be matte and clean and fresh feeling, you know. The only thing is with this stuff is it is a bit foamy, so you can actually dilute this down a small bit. I wouldn't tell you to dilute it down by a lot, maybe, I don't know, maybe even a small, but just a drop of water in each bottle. Just keep, like, you know, as you use it, just another drop of water, keep topping it up. About 3 or 4 times you can top it up before it's too bad. And then leaves a nice matte finish. And then I do the rest then in the interior. I spray it on. Just do the dash. I normally don't go in this deep because the car isn't even a year old yet, so it's never too bad, but I like to keep on top of it all the same, and then it'll never be too bad. I won't show you the other side because that's too boring, but yeah, that's basically the interior in a nutshell. Now for the exterior, we use tyre reflect and another scrubby pad. The reason why I use a scrubby pad because it leaves a much nicer finish on the tyres. I used to paint stuff on myself with a paintbrush, but I found that it still leaves drip marks and it doesn't look completely 100%. And I'm a devil, I put on like 2 coats of tyre shine just so it looks absolutely immaculate, and like it looks like the tyres are like glowing with the glisten on it, you know. So you spray it on the tyre. You can spray it direct on the scrubby pad as well. That's what I do. I give it a couple of sprays there, and then just go around the tyre, scrubby pad it all in. And usually what I do is I move the tyres forward then a bit, and then do the other side that you don't get with the tyre shine, if you get my drift. Now I'm doing all valeters at the service here because I'm not wearing me work trousers with my knee pads, and when I tell you lads, a lifesaver is an understatement. Saves your back, you know, because you don't want your back to be a mess. Last and definitely least is protect it with ceramic detailer. We also sell this on the shop. Now this is in a smaller bottle and it's the same price as kind of the bigger bottle of the quick detailer. It's a 500ml bottle instead of a litre bottle, but this does twice as much as the other stuff, and it has that ceramic element to it, so when, you know, the rain hits it, there's a lovely bead off your paintwork. So what you do with this is very simple. You just spray it on and buff off with a cloth. You spray liberally, like, you know, spray maybe 1 or 2 sprays per panel and just work it around, because you actually don't need a whole pile of it for it to do a lot of work. And basically what this stuff does is gives you a beautiful gloss in your paintwork, you know, without having to wax it or anything like that. Ideal for trucks, you know, and especially for truck shows. I find the ceramic quick detailers the best because they give paintwork the most pop, if you know what I mean. So, final thoughts overall. Am I happy with it? Yes, very, very happy. Out of 10, I would definitely give it an 8. The whole setup itself. I can see that I probably will run into problems with certain different things, but I don't know that yet for certain. I don't know whether that's going to be, a massive problem or maybe it's just a minor inconvenience. So I'm excited to try it and see how it goes. Obviously, and the reason I give it an 8 as well instead of a 9 is because nothing's really perfect either. Even if you had the biggest, sprinter in the world with everything inside it, you're still going to be leaving something at home. Now, one thing I already know myself is that I don't have room for a ladder inside the van. Now, I do have roof racks on, Barry, as you all can see, but I don't particularly want to be carrying stuff around on my roof racks because I'm not going to be doing valeting every single day of the week, you know what I mean? You never know, it could pick up and get really busy and then I could be doing valeting 6 days a week, but I won't know until we get going and get a bit busier, if that makes sense. So I'm one of those guys that I'm just willing to try it and see how it goes, and look, if it goes well, it goes well, if it doesn't, it doesn't. I'm not going too wild with the quick detailer because it's getting cold here now and everything's starting to mist up, which is every time I seem to make one of these detailing videos. It's usually winter and it usually gets dark very quick. And then I spray a bit then on the old wheels, just in case you might have missed a bit, which is very, very possible. And this is also safe on Alcoa wheels as well. When I finish washing most Alcoa wheels as well, I give them a coating of this stuff as well because it's absolutely fantastic stuff. And it's safe and it's not corrosive or anything like that, so it gives your alloys a little bit of extra pop, which is nice. As they say in English, peace de resistance. A beautiful granddaughter house air freshener to smell lovely when my wife is going to work. Makes her think of me. Well, she's not calling me a bollocks. There we go. That's a wrap. And just like that, folks, the video is over. I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, grantautohouse.com. If you need any chemicals, curtains, truck accessories at all, head over to grantautohouse.com. Happy wife, happy life, lads. See you again soon.